Chapter 18, Heart of Ice. This is a Grandmother Tiger walkthrough, and Uncharted 2, and another platforming level. And in fact, the one real gunfight area that you have for this area, you actually don't have to do at all. You could just let Tenzin, your AI wanderer, do the whole fight for you and run away, which is the absolute best policy for any video game, is run away and let the computer do all the work. It's easier to stay alive that way. And so that's for this first area. Yeah, I was kind of forgetting. I was like, okay, there's something I'm supposed to. There's a pad or oh, there it is. Okay, so walk up and there's a floor. I don't know, switch thing you have to stand on, and that kind of gets Tenzin to stand on it over there, and reveals the first area for you to go to. And once you do, go up these steps, and this next area is really, really, I don't know, tricky, picky, something. As these skulls come out, you'll see them kind of start to crumble. If you stay too long on one of them, any of them, it's almost like a timer that you can't see. They'll crumble and fall. And with how picky the computer is about what you're doing, it's easy to die right here. And I had a hard time just making that switch to this top area. So if you have to do it over and over, that's probably not your fault. It's probably the wonderful AI. So once you're here, drop down. Again, if the computer lets you. And run up here and you'll look at the wheels of prayer. And you just drop over the edge here and pull the switch to start them coming down. And amazingly, for your convenience, it's stairs to get back up. Which, where were those stairs earlier? I don't know. And why this I don't know, society chose to use stairs sometimes and not use stairs others, who knows. Why some lasted, why some didn't. These are fun. Lots of times the angle gets pretty bad with the camera. You don't have a lot of control over it for the jumps on the prayer wheels, so kind of get a little further than you need to, so it forces the camera into a different angle so you can see the jump you're going to make. So you do more work honestly here because of the camera than actually what you need to do to accomplish the goal, which is rather annoying, but you do what you gotta do, right? Or Drake does what he has to do. If you haven't checked out the Eyes of Indra, I just got done watching those. They're motion comics. Oh, yeah, come to the top here. Another treasure on this one. If you ride it around at the top, and I got kind of scared because I was like, oh, it's going to knock me off. That's too low. No, it's not. Stay at the top. For this one right here, as you go by, just grab the treasure. And drop down, go back, and jump over to the platform area here. It was motion comic called Uncharted Eyes of Indra. They just released it's a series of 4 that kind of is the story of Drake leading up to the first game in the series, Drake's Fortune. It's pretty interesting, but it does kind of make you read. It's a comic, so if you don't want to read, don't bother. But it's, I don't know, it was funny and it was good stories, so Area's a little more straightforward than I really thought it was at first. I was looking around for something to really jump to, and it turns out you just go forward, and it seems way too simple for a kind of puzzle area for Uncharted. And I do miss some of the treasures in this area. If I kind of see where it is, I'll try to point it out as we're going along, but I got distracted a number of times during this, so I'm sorry. But jump to the pole and keep jumping over when it takes you up. This looked intimidating at first, but it's not that intimidating, so it's easy timing, actually. And the computer got kind of glitchy on trying to move over to this. I noticed another odd area, so watch out and just drop down here to the platform below and drop down once more to the platform with snow on it. And you get to look at Tenzin for some reason. Now, the real question here that shows when you look at Tenzin and going the easy way is, why didn't you just follow him since he was leading you around in the first place and take the easy way instead of jumping on all this stuff and almost dying and doing all this work? If he's smart enough to do that, why weren't you smart enough to simply follow him? I mean, Drake's got to be a pretty smart fellow for all the treasure hunting and stuff he does. It's kind of seems like an obvious thing. I was having trouble here because every time I walked out towards the edge, he almost fell, so I was trying to figure out how to line this jump up. There I went. And jump down. This is pretty. You gotta, like earlier, how you twist around, kind of work on twisting around to where he's kind of going where he is, but see the outcropping right there, close to it. Get a little closer as you're swinging, and there you go, grab the treasure. And line yourself back up with the platform, and it falls off from under you because that's life. I don't know why I was trying to climb up here. Was determined to not come down here for some reason. And if you grab on the side here and let yourself go under, you can grab another treasure. Down here. There it is. Just as you're going by, hit the triangle and it's yours. And see you next one.